Welcome everybody to the City of Indian Rocks Beach City Commission meeting. This is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stand for a few moments of silence. Thank you. Lauren, would you do the roll call, please?
Commissioner Bond?
Here.
Commissioner Bigelow?
Present.
Commissioner King?
Here.
Vice Mayor Commissioner Wilson?
Present.
Mayor Commissioner Hausberg?
Here. Thank you. Next, we will have the oath of office of our new city manager, Ryan Henderson.
Thank you, Mayor Commission. Attorney Matthew Maggard will be presiding over the oath of office.
Thank you, Mayor. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ryan Henderson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States,
the Constitution and government of the United States
of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
and the city of Indian Rocks Beach,
and of the city of Indian Rocks Beach,
that I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state
under the Constitution of the state
and of the charter of the city,
and of the charter of the city,
that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of city manager
the duties of city manager
of the city of Indian Rocks Beach, Florida,
of the city of Indian Rocks Beach, Florida,
on which I'm now about to enter, so help me God.
on which I am now about to enter, so help me God. Thank you.
And next, I'd like to do a little presentation of our local veterans. If you could all come up here and stand. Every veteran in the audience, please come a little closer.
This is passion, Claire. You're a veteran too.
I am a veteran. So Veterans Day was yesterday, and I'm sure we all enjoyed a little bit of celebration. I know we did on Sunday at the VFW, that you guys put on a hell of a party. Thank you. So Daniel, tell us about you. Where are you from? Where do you serve?
Phoenix, Arizona, U.S. Army, airborne scuba, 2 tours of Iraq, raised 2 Marine Corps sons.
Nice. Congratulations. Thank you for your service.
So I'm Steve Kelnessy. I'm been here for 8 years. Love it here. I am an Air Force veteran. I was in the 70s and 80s and stationed in the Philippines, Japan, Korea, Hawaii, a few other nice places.
So you got some easy service.
I don't know if it was easy. The Air Force, there was a lot of golf courses, buffet lunch.
Yeah, you got the uniforms that weren't crusty. Yeah, it's starch. Well, thank you for your service. And you?
Sid Brown, grew up in Pinellas Park, born in upstate New York. Served in the U.S. Army 14 years, 5th Special Forces Group, 3rd Special Forces Group. Whatever badge it was, I got somehow or another. But it was a good time. Desert Storm, Somalia.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
I worked on
Blood wings, they punch us. Yeah.
They used to anyway.
Nico, tell us about you.
Nico Troya, 20 years in the Army, Afghanistan veteran, retired out of SOCOM, been in Florida since 2010.
I'm the junior vice for the VFW here and the president of the VFW Riders Group.
Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you for your service, because I don't think anybody, I don't know
I'm a vet,
I don't know if
too.
everybody
Yeah.
knows that you're a veteran
Yeah,
as
I'm a
well.
veteran too.
That goes under the radar.
It does go under the radar. They don't expect women like me to come out of the Army.
I'm John Belcher. I'm actually born and raised right here in Indian Rocks Beach. Second generation, I did 26 years, all Army aviation. I was attack helicopters, 2 tours Iraq, 2 tours Korea, and all those Black Hawks you guys seen flying up and down the beach, that was me. So we won't see any more. We're closing this down, but so.
Thank you, John. Thank you for your service. Dean?
Dean Lyons, I'm the commander of the VFW post over here at Indian Rocks, and I was in the Space Force, and no, I'm just kidding. I was naval nuclear propulsion, so I spent all my career for the most part in the engine room of a nuclear power aircraft carrier. So I was in for 26 years. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Sir?
Rob Earnsher, a native of pretty much this area here, Indian Rocks, Seminole. Grew up in this area, was in the Air Force for about 6 years, down in Korea, the Midwest, and missile silos, and now I live here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good evening.
Steve?
Thank you. Steve Nader. I was in the Navy Reserves, got called up from college to go to Desert Storm. So I was a corpsman, surgical technician, pharmacy technician at the time. So,
Wow.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank all you guys for your service.
Hey,
We have a proclamation this evening for the veterans of foreign wars. Oh, she wants me to tell you about me. All right, so I grew up in a very big family in Ohio, and when it came time to make a decision about going to college, I ran off and joined the Army. So I needed someplace to go to have some fun and have some adventure, and I also needed some college money, and I got that too. So I served in the intelligence community, and that is sort of an oxymoron if you're talking about the military. But I had a good time. I served over in Okinawa, and then I came back and I worked at NSA. So I got to see what the intelligence community was like and how the government and the military work together in that capacity. And believe me, it's not an easy relationship. So anyway, on to the proclamation. This is for the Veterans of Foreign Wars Buddy Poppy Program. Whereas at the end of World War I, the Veterans of Foreign Wars adopted the poppy as a symbol of freedom and the blood sacrificed by troops in war times. Poppies are worn and displayed as a symbolic tribute to our fallen and for the future of living veterans and service members. And whereas the annual distribution of buddy poppies by the Veterans of Foreign Wars in the United States has been officially recognized and endorsed by governmental leaders since 1922. And whereas the buddy poppy was registered with the United States Patent Office in February 1924, a certificate was issued on May 20th, 1924, granting the VFW organization all trademark rights in the name of Buddy under the clarification of artificial flowers. And whereas the buddy poppy was adopted as the official memorial flower of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States as it remains today. And whereas through gracious donations, the Buddy Poppy program provides financial assistance in maintaining state and national veterans rehabilitation and service programs and partially supports the VFW National Home. Whereas the basic purpose of the annual distribution of Buddy Poppies by the Veterans of Foreign Wars is eloquently reflected in the desire to honor the dead by helping the living. And whereas the City of Indian Rocks Beach honors and supports our veterans and families who have sacrificed so much in service to our nation.
Now therefore, I, Denise Hausberg, Mayor of the City of Indian Rocks Beach, Pinellas County, Florida, on behalf of the citizens of Indian Rocks Beach, do hereby urge the citizens of this community to recognize the merits of this cause by generously supporting through your donations the Indian Rocks Beach VFW Post 10094 Buddy Poppy Drive on the day set for the distribution of these symbols of appreciation of the sacrifices of our honored dead. Further, I urge all patriotic citizens to wear a Buddy Poppy as mute evidence of our gratitude to the men and women of this country who have risked their lives in defense of the freedoms which we continue to enjoy as American citizens. Thank you.
You're dismissed.
Thank you.
All right, next we're going to move on to the presentation of the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Good evening.
Good evening, Council. Sergeant Amend, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. I just want to make sure we're all viewing the October 2025 report.
Yes.
Are there any specific questions generated for that analysis?
Does anybody have any questions?
No.
I'd like to just touch on our deputies responding to 731 events, most common being their directed patrols, house checks, beach patrols. A total of 163 traffic stops were conducted, and as far as our crime is looking rather low. We're not, most of our incidents are domestic related.
Okay,
Is there anything further?
so we don't have any big noise problems, we don't have,
No, there was a noise issue with Coco's, but it was one.
oh
specific-
yeah, he called me that
yeah,
night.
it was one specific complaint, and they had
Okay.
all the appropriate contracts for the event they were having.
Yeah, I thought that because that was his Crab Fest weekend, and
Yes, ma'am.
he had some live bands there.
Yep. Yeah, as far
Okay.
as that, luckily nothing else.
Good, thank you.
All right, have a good evening.
Next, the report of the Pinellas Suncoast Fire and Rescue District. Hi, Chief, good to see you.
Hi. Good to be seen. Commissioners, thank you for having me. I love the new place. This is the first time I've been here.
It's only our second meeting here.
This is amazing. We had a busy month, so for medical fire calls, 14 fire calls, 26 medical calls. I have to say, and I know I say it every time, I hate falling on the police. They're so busy and they do such a great job, and I love this report. So it's a hard act to follow.
Chief, can you talk just a little louder or talk more
Sure.
close to them? Thank you.
Sure. So 26 EMS calls, 14 fire calls. We did have, actually, it's funny because a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm not worried about fires. Like, I'm really just worried about paramedics, right? Houses are built better now. We don't have fires. But actually this month we had two, what could have been, major fires, but two fires in the area or in the city. One was a boat fire. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. That was great. Everything went right. So we actually have a fire boat. It has a fire pump, and the boat started. The pump started. They put water on the fire. It was really a great call. We ended up having, and it's a testament to the system we have. We had Largo Fire Department, we had Clearwater Fire Department, our fire department. I even actually got to catch the hydrant as a fire chief, so nobody took a picture, unfortunately. But we had a fireboat, the sheriff's department, everybody on scene. We have a county hazmat team that brought out things that we call booms, floating booms. So they soak up all the fuel in the water because the gasoline was on fire and sort of traveling around the marina. So It's funny, on Facebook, some people are like, oh, that was no big deal, it was just a boat on a data, but, there was fuel in the water and it was moving around, and, so it could have been. Flames were seen from the bridge, the North Bridge, so when Clearwater was coming, responding. So that's how far, with that kind of flames, the radiated heat could literally catch a house on fire. So it was a great response, and.
How did it start?
Well, I don't know the exact cause, but
Okay.
he had just had his batteries worked on, so, I haven't talked to the investigator, but at the time we were assuming it was related to the batteries.
Okay.
And something that he had done. And then, I didn't see you last month, and this may travel into last month, but we had a fire at the Holiday Inn, which, that would be a huge one. It was in a laundry room, it was a dryer on fire. Again, it took a lot of units and produced some smoke, so that was, our two big calls this month were fire calls. I will say we had one stroke call that I would call attention to. I've given the presentation when I met with the cities about how important time is for stroke, trauma, cardiac, and if we can get somebody to, when I was growing up as a paramedic, we thought if somebody had a stroke, you sat them in bed and they got about as good as they were going to get, right? It was all up to them. Nowadays, if you can get them to a comprehensive center within 3 hours of the stroke, you can actually reverse it. Time is brain. And so this person having an active stroke, we got the call at 8 minutes after the hour. They were seen normal at 0, like at 8 minutes earlier, and they got to a stroke center, walked out of the hospital completely normal. So, those are the kind of medical outcomes we're looking for, and why time is so important. I did get to meet the new manager, and he's such a pleasure to work with. We own the property, and we're still trying to figure out how to build it, Church of the Isles. We actually have contemplated buying a house next to that property, and I'm just trying to figure out how we get up here sooner with the unit.
Right.
That deal fell through, of buying the house, but we still may rent it from the owner in order to get up here sooner. Because I'd like to get a quicker response unit up here.
And then what's going on with the firehouse? You were gonna take it offline,
Take it offline.
the one down here.
Yeah, so our 3 fire stations along the beach, one is
Yeah.
sort of at the bank.
Yeah.
So we need to find a home for that. And the county actually is willing to consider us going to the Tiki Garden, which would be amazing. It's a perfect piece of property. You just need so many spaces for beach renourishment. And so we're actively engaged with the county on that one.
Oh, good.
The middle station in the downtown Indian Rocks Beach in the Narrows, that one will get renovated, but it'll stay there. And then the one up here will be here at the Church of the Isles, so that
Okay.
should give us a good spread.
Great.
And I will say we had a groundbreaking for our mainland station Saturday. So normally a groundbreaking takes place after the old station is torn down, and when the dirt's ready to build the new station. But we did this one with the old station there because it's been there for so long, and it has such a sense of place, which, there's been so many lives there, so many calls responded to, people that have had babies while they were working there, and so we did it in honor of the old station, and we did the shovel in the dirt thing. So we're actively now in the building process of the mainland station, which is over in the Oakhurst area.
Okay.
Proud to serve, and thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Thanks. Next, we'll move on to the public comment. This is a 3-minute time limit per speaker. Any member of the audience may come forward, give their name and address, and state any comment or concern that they may have regarding any matter over which the City Commission has control, excluding agenda items. All statements made to the City Commission shall be made to the City Commission as a whole, not directed to any individual City Commission member, and no personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks shall be permitted. No speaker shall be interrupted, and no debate shall occur between the speaker and the City Commission. Who would like to speak this evening? Come on up.
Thea Wilson, 444 Harbor Drive South, Indian Rocks Beach. I want to take this opportunity to again thank our veterans, and the reason I'm publicly speaking here is I'm asking for our community if they would consider to participate in Wreaths Across America this year. I've been a volunteer for this program for a handful of years, and the last 2 years we have not had enough wreaths to lay on all the markers at the Bay Pine Cemetery, which is heartbreaking for me. And I'm broken for the respect of you folks. We had just made it under the wire in May for the flags to go on each marker down at the cemetery because flags had been molded and destroyed in between with the hurricane. And I know last year was a hard year for people to try to donate, but I'm hoping as everyone has recovered and we have the luxury of recovering, where our men and women that are buried there gave it all. I'm hoping and praying that this holiday season we can extend ourselves as a community to contribute to this. I've made flyers, if I can leave them in the back, with the website to get on. The deadline for ordering the wreaths is December 1st, so we can have the trucks at the cemetery by December 13th. So I just wanted to share that and plead with contributions for Wreaths Across America this year. Thank you.
Can you bring me a flyer?
Sure.
I'll make sure we get it published for you. Thank you. Who else would like to speak this evening? For 25 years, so it's been a pleasure to serve on the Hi, good evening.
I'm Ellen Johnson. I live down the street at the condo building 2, 15th Avenue. And we
I
get
am so
garbage
sorry. I
pickup.
cannot get your name again.
Nellie
Nellie.
Johnson.
Thank you, Nellie.
And we get garbage pickup on Monday and Thursday, and a separate truck comes Wednesday, marked recycling. And they say that they put all the recycling in with the garbage, and there's absolutely no difference. And we figured out that we're paying $500,000 a year in IRB for recycling, and they're not even separating it. They're taking the recycling stuff that comes in the, I think it was the truck on Wednesday, and they put it in with the garbage, and there's no difference. Am I correct, and are we paying $500,000 for nothing?
Dean will be able to respond to that.
No, ma'am. The city provides solid waste services on Monday and Thursday. That's the red and white trucks. We have a separate contract with Waste Connections and a blue truck, and they take it to a material recovery facility down at St. Peter. It's not mixed with the house.
Okay.
Two different operations.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Beth.
Beth Flynn, 914 Harbor House Drive. I'm speaking first on behalf of as president of the Friends of Indian Rocks Beach Library. I want to share a few updates. The Friends have received an anonymous donation of $5,000 from an IRB resident in memory of Gene Scott. The donation will be used to purchase books for the library collection, and we're of course open to more local donations. The Friends also applied for McDonald's Golden Grant. We were awarded a $10,000 grant. We only asked for $2,500, and they gave us $10,000.
Wow.
To fund a Florida Explorer Story Hour. It's a 12-month literacy and nature program to learn about the unique marine ecosystem where we live through books and hands-on activities. We will partner with local conservation and science organizations. A detailed plan is in progress, and hopefully we can share more of that in December. We will receive a presentation on November 19th at 11 a.m. from the McDonald's grant people. I presented this morning in the Rotary Club meeting an update along with Lee Miller, our librarian. They previously donated to us $15,000 in support of the children's area. So we're working with the Rotary Club and Lee in the city in regarding what that money should be used for. The library work is in progress. We're not quite ready to reopen yet. Again, we're working with Lee, the librarian. The goal is to open at the end of the year or early in 2026. At this time, we're not taking any used book donations, but we will communicate through the city website and our own when the books can be dropped off, so please keep them. Those books are used to feed the Take a Book, Leave a Book little libraries and the bookstore. Please join us at the Friends of IRB Library Facebook page for more updates. On a separate topic, as a resident of IRB, I'm a little concerned on the number of golf carts that are going up and down Gulf Boulevard. We have unlicensed golf carts going up and down. We've got them being driven by minors with people who are driving with open containers. It seems that it's okay if they're drinking and the kids driving the golf cart, doesn't matter, it's all right that way. We've also seen people passing golf carts in the middle lane to go around them because they're not going fast enough on Gulf Boulevard. And as the season gets busier, more and more people are renting to people who have golf carts. We're renting out golf carts as part of the rentals. I just don't think everyone's aware of what the rules are, and I'm concerned from a safety perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Hi. So you guys just met me a moment ago. My name is Steve Kalamasi. I'm not a resident of this community. I live in Seminole, but this community's been really important to the VFW and a lot of the things that we've been doing. For instance, the concert that we just had. As I organize that with my team, I find myself relying a lot on a lot of the businesses here, and even inviting the mayor and trying to get the support. So I want you to know it means a lot to us, to the veterans here, and especially to that event, which we now hope may be an annual thing. So having Indian Rocks Beach integrated into what we're doing there, I'm sure that the folks in our posts all agree with me that I think it's appropriate to recognize you for that. So that's it.
Thank you. Does anyone else have a comment this evening? If not, I'll close the public comment. And we'll move on to the report of the city attorney. Take it away, Matt.
So I emailed each one of you late this afternoon, so you might not have had a chance to see it. But in one of our litigation cases that we have, with Mod Code of Kentucky, the judge ruled and entered an order dated today that granted our motion for summary judgment, which dismisses the case against us with prejudice, meaning it can't be refiled. And the jury trial that was set for later this year was canceled. Court reserved jurisdiction on the award of attorney's fees, which we'll be discussing with our litigation counsel about the strategy on filing a motion for attorney's fees. There is on all final orders 30 days to appeal by either party. But I just want to bring that to your attention and answer any questions that you may have.
So then that one's done.
Yeah. Outside of the possibility that they could appeal it to the Second District Court of Appeals, but yeah, the trial court level is done.
Okay. I mean, what's the likelihood of another appeal?
I mean, it's hard to speculate. I feel confident in our ability to win an appeal. It'd just be a little more time.
Okay.
We're unsure if they're going to even file an appeal at this point. And it may be something we can discuss as far as whether we're going to seek attorney's fees and whether that's something we can discuss about a waiver of an appeal. It's still to be determined, but I feel like if it is appealed, we'll be successful either way.
And then what about the appeals that were pending on the magistrate hearings?
So there was quite a few of the magistrate orders that were appealed to the circuit court, which is the trial court, which is the same court that entered this order. But they have an appellate division of that oversee local government administrative orders, and that our magistrate order falls within that those are all pending right now. There's a 3-judge panel appointed by the circuit court. I think they said there's only been one case in history where they've allowed oral arguments on those, so we don't anticipate oral arguments. Our briefs have been filed. We're waiting for those judges to make a decision. We anticipate they'll all be made at the same time, since they're all essentially the same issue. And so it's just waiting right now for the circuit court to rule on those.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Just one, oh, sorry, Jim.
Go ahead.
And probably more clarification, maybe for the benefit of the folks here today, that particular lawsuit was in regards to constitutionality,
Right.
challenging the constitutionality of our current ordinance, so I think it would be good to share that.
Yeah. So, sorry, thank you. Sometimes you live with these and you just take for granted that everybody knows what they're about, because I have to live with it and deal with it all the time. But yeah, so Modco of Kentucky filed for what they call a writ of mandamus, which is asking the circuit court to issue a ruling that our ordinance, for short-term rental ordinance, is unconstitutional. So, you know, our motion for summary judgment was granted, dismissing their case, finding that they don't have a case for challenging the constitutionality of it. So that it's big, and I think that's going to help with some of the non-compliance issues. I think with the storm and people kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, that, you know, we're moving forward. I don't think we have any hearings set in December, but we've had 2 days of hearings in November or October. We have hearings tomorrow with the special magistrate, and then we have 2 more dates set. And I don't think the dates are set yet, but we're exchanging dates to set 2 more in January with the special magistrate. So I think word's getting out. We're starting to see quite a bit of voluntary compliance, people seeking out at least how to get into compliance, because we're moving forward. We're going to keep going on that track of enforcement. I will stress to everybody out there, if you have a short-term rental, the fines and penalties are a lot less if you come into compliance or attempt to come into compliance than if you don't do anything before you end up going before the special magistrate. And how we're doing those is just taking them one at a time, and when we notice we're just violators are being noticed as soon as possible, and we're taking as many as we can that staff can handle before the special magistrate. We're just going to keep doing that each month. So you may hear from people that say, I've been doing this for 2 years and they never cited me. You know, don't take that as a waiver of our ordinance, that we only have a limited staff and limited ability to do these, and we're going to keep doing them, starting with the ones that are taking no effort to comply, and then we're going to go to ones that have came into compliance and fallen back out. So we're kind of taking them as priority. We're going to keep doing that until we get full compliance, or as much as possible.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
My question was, and maybe just refresh my memory, did we have additional lawsuits questioning the constitutionality of our ordinance?
So we have some other lawsuits in federal court. This one was in state court. Most of those are pending and are just on hold. And then there's one with AP6 that we're in current active litigation, and then there's the Kurt Harris claim that was also filed by AP6. And I thought we might have a shade meeting to address some of those cases, but it looks like that's not going to be needed at this time. We're going to move forward with the active litigation on those for the time being.
I was just wondering if maybe this had some precedence on the other, so that was my reason for questioning. Thank you.
I think they're different. They're different challenges technically. This one is a big win for us with regards to the constitutionality of it. A lot of the appeals are attempting to challenge the same thing, and it's, I think it's going to be in the same court, so that makes me feel a little more confident on the appeals, although we feel pretty good about them. Just, you never know, you're just waiting for them to make a decision, but I think this is a good sign. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Great. Is that it?
That's it from me tonight.
Okay. You're up, Ryan.
Mayor and Commission, first of all, since this is the first time I get to address this body since being selected as the city manager for Indian Rock Beach, I want to thank you, all of you, for the confidence that you had in me and having me, and it is a privilege to be here to serve as the city manager of this amazing community. Been here 3 weeks already, met a number of neighbors. If I haven't met you, if you stick around at the end of the meeting, I'd love to meet you and shake your hand. But I don't take this role lightly, and I don't take this privilege lightly, so thank you again. I do want to recognize just a couple of people. First of all, I want to recognize former city manager Greg Mims. In the city manager business, we always talk about, this is never forever, and you want to leave the place better than how you found it. And it's evident that Mr. Mims left a mark on this organization and this community. Evident by just the number of things that were achieved in his years of service, but also in the amazing staff that he put together here that I have the privilege of working with. So I just want to take the opportunity to recognize former city manager Greg Mims. I also want to recognize former acting city manager Dan Carpenter. Haven't had, unfortunately, I don't get the privilege of working with Dan, but I enjoyed our conversations over the past couple of months, catching me up to speed on a number of things. And it's always tough filling in that acting role. You're in and you're kind of out of it, but I appreciate everything that he did for me and kind of gearing me up for stepping into this role. And I wish him nothing but the best in his new position. There are a couple things that already, getting familiar with and started thinking about the next couple meetings. I know that this body had a good discussion on paid parking, or as I like to call it, managed parking, but paid parking, and we will be bringing forth some more staff recommendations in December. We'll be meeting together as staff. I do have an interim finance director that will be assuming the role, so we'll get him situated and look to, he has some expertise beyond finance as well, so I look forward to picking his brain on certain things. But we're going to get together as staff and come before you in December and start really kind of figuring out, okay, what are the next steps we can definitively take so that we can roll something out in the early 2026. So that is on the forefront. The other thing I want to just mention, and I had the privilege of talking to all of the staff when I first got here. I'm a big believer in terms of engagement, and that words matter, and how we use words really frame how we serve. I came from two organizations that we didn't have as we view the community, we didn't have citizens, we didn't have residents, we didn't have customers. We had neighbors. That's how we viewed the public that we served. It may seem like a small thing, but in the large scheme of things, it changed the perception of how the community viewed the organization, and the organization viewed the community. Not that there's an issue here, but I've always loved that. I've always loved the idea that we're here to serve neighbors. And that, I look at Indian Rocks Beach, and this is a community, of neighbors. And so I've imparted on our staff that we are not in the business of customer service, we're in the business of neighbor service. And so you're going to start seeing this push of referring to those that are in our community as neighbors. Those that live here, those that do business here. And I think it's a step forward in just, we're all in this together. We're all in here to preserve and to make Indian Rocks and keep Indian Rocks Beach a special place. So it's going to be little things that you're going to start seeing. Rather than public comments, you're going to see neighbor comments. You're going to start seeing the introduction of neighbor into how we refer to our community. And that's something that I've imparted on staff, and we're fully embracing that already. So I hope with the support of this body that we start adopting that language, and I think it's something that is near and dear to my heart, and something that I've left behind in the past previous 2 organizations, and I want to implement that here. So you're going to start seeing this kind of campaign of, a community of neighbors, and really emphasizing that. So with that, I yield my time, and again, thank you for this opportunity.
Does anyone have any questions of our new city manager?
We're really glad you're here.
Thank you.
All right, I'll move on to the city commission report. Hillary, do you have anything for us tonight?
Sure. I wanted to share, in case, for those of you that don't know and may need this, that Pinellas County has a grant of $813 million plus, and it's specifically targeted at helping people hurricane recovery. So whether it was Idalia or Helene, or I think there were 3 at Milton. And there's several categories of that. It's to reimburse you for perhaps rent that you've paid while you were displaced. It's also to help offset the costs that you've incurred that you may not have been able to get reimbursement from elsewhere, either from your insurance or from FEMA. And there's also ability to get some of the money to help with some rebuild, especially if it's to try to elevate. So this is different than Elevate Florida. It's specifically Pinellas County. And I know we heard at the last Big C meeting that at least 29 Indian Rocks Beach residents have applied for some of the money. So I would encourage you to go take a look at it. It's recover.pinellas.com. Thanks.
Thanks, Hillary. Vice Mayor?
Yes, recently attended the second meeting of the Development Code Compliance and Redevelopment Committee for Florida League of Cities. Priority issue for my particular segment of the 5 committees will be specifically looking at housing within Live Local Act, specifically looking at the bills addressing the ADU units. Then the policy issue statement will be on community redevelopment agencies, which we do not currently have. Legislative conference will be December 3rd to 5th, and I will be able to report back what those priority statements are for all 5 of the committees. But we do know that one is specifically looking at all the taxation issues, and one is specifically looking at Senate Bill 180 and how to hopefully get some amendments on that, and because they're realizing they overstepped on it, but how are they graciously going to get back out? Suncoast League of Cities, I've just recently completed the advocacy training sessions with Jennifer Webb, who served in the House from 2018 to 2020 for District 69. So this will enable me to be part of their Tallahassee group that goes up in January. While there, Jennifer, who has all these great connections, can kind of mentor us and show us around, introduce us to people, and kind of give us the inside tips on how to successfully advocate for issues, both for Suncoast League of Cities and then individually for our own cities. So I'm really excited about getting to be part of that. Thank you.
Thanks, Jan. Jude, do you have anything tonight?
I don't.
Okay. Ron?
I just want to let you know that there's a lot of construction going on Harbor Drive North and South. Code enforcement on Sunday was chasing construction workers off for working on Sunday. So hopefully next Sunday, Father Henry won't give me the evil eye when I run late for church on Sunday. So the other thing too is they put a flyer on my door that they're going to be delivering a house on Harbor Drive North tomorrow. And I guess they got to bring it in from the main road. They tagged all the houses on the street that I live on. And I'll be curious to see what that's all about. I'll try to get some video of it if I'm in the neighborhood. Because they'll have to bring a crane in to be able to get this house of some type, whatever it is, off the back of the truck. So it's pretty tricky where they're going to deliver it, but that's kind of what's going on. Did you hear anything about that?
Yes, we're aware of that.
Okay.
and I don't want to get the company right, Safeside Homes, safe, yeah, so it's
Yeah.
the modular
Yeah.
homes, yeah. So we are aware.
Okay, all right. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I have to tell you, the VFW Molly Hatchet concert on Sunday was amazing. And I want to thank you guys, the VFW, for putting on a hell of a party. It was really great. It was a great group of people. It was good food, good drinks, great music, and it was just a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for that. On to our next celebrations. On December 5th, we'll have the annual tree lighting at 12th Avenue. That will be at 7 p.m. And then on December 7th, Mr. Manager, are we going to load up in a trolley again and hand out candy?
That is the plan.
Okay, all right. So I'm telling the commission to put them on alert, get your holiday costumes ready. Because we need to look festive on that day. So, yes, the street parade will be December 7th. I think we start off, what about 12:30, 1 o'clock? Yeah, 1 p.m. And everybody else that wants to participate, get your golf carts dolled up, get ready to roll. It'll be a fun afternoon. And then the boat parade will be December 20th, starting at 7 p.m. So if you don't live on the water, find a friend that does. Thank you. No additions or deletions, Lauren? No. No. Next, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Matt, would you take it away?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. We have two items on the consent agenda. The first is approval of the October 14, 2025 regular city commission meeting minutes and the proclamation, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Buddy Hoppy. Proclamation.
Could I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as written.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to other legislative matters. Matt, would you read item A?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Business item 6A is the second reading of ordinance number 2025-05, ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Indian Rocks Beach, Pinellas County, Florida, appropriating funds for operating expenses and adopting a budget amendment for fiscal year 2024 through 25 and providing for an effective date. This is a public hearing.
Okay, I would like to officially open the public hearing. Does anyone have any questions about this ordinance or the second reading? No questions?
I'll see if anybody's here from the public that would like to address it.
Is anybody in the public that would like to address the second reading of the budget amendment for the city of Indian Rocks Beach? Does anyone have any questions about that? I'm closing the public comment. So I guess then I need a,
Now it's for the commission's consideration. It would be a motion and a second if you in favor of approval.
I make a motion that we approve the ordinance number 2025-05, which is the public hearing, second reading, appropriating funds for operating expenses and adopting a budget amendment for the city of Indian Rocks Beach, Florida for fiscal year 2024 to 2025.
and can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The next item is 6B. It is the first reading of resolution number 2025-13, resolution of the City Commission of the City of Indian Rocks Beach, Florida, authorizing the city manager and the city clerk to be added as signatories on behalf of the city for all financial accounts, removing the former city manager and finance director as signatories and providing an effective date.
So I'm opening the public hearing. Does anybody have any questions about that we're changing the signatories on the checking account to Lauren and Ryan? I'm closing the public comment, and I need a motion.
I make a motion that we accept resolution number 2025-13, changing the check signatories.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. There's no other business this evening. Can someone make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you so much for
Full
coming.
emotions tonight, Jen. One motion after another.